This evening, first, regional travel could get a major boost. The government is considering municipal airports in Berbice and Lethem. What this means for the connectivity and economic growth. Plus, terror at Titan supermarket. Armed robbers strike in broad daylight, leaving a security guard wounded. What residents are demanding to improve safety. And a dangerous drug disguised as candy. CANU is ramping up efforts to combat the spread of strawberry quick in schools and nightclubs. Meanwhile, big changes coming to Guyana's port. The president announces world-class scanners and e-gates to modernize security and streamline travel. Finally, a shocking crime in South Korea. A teacher accused of stabbing an 8-year-old girl to death. What investigators are revealing about the suspect's past. Stay tuned. These stories and more tonight on Headline News Update. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for February 11th, 2025. I'm Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, police in Regional Division 4C are actively searching for Jamal Paddy, who is accused of brutally attacking 66-year-old Eustace Sutherland at his home in Better Hope South, East Coast Demerara, on February 9th. According to reports, Paddy, who was previously in a relationship with Sutherland's stepdaughter, visited Sutherland's home earlier in the day and issued threats before leaving. On the night of the attack, Paddy returned to the property and hid behind a fence and ambushed Sutherland. Sometime around 7 p.m., he attacked Sutherland, striking him behind the head and leaving him with several chop wounds, causing him to lose consciousness. Neighbors alerted authorities and emergency medical personnel arrived at the scene around 8:10 p.m. Sutherland, who sustained multiple head wounds, was taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where he remains in stable condition. Simone Williams, Sutherland's stepdaughter, Paddy's ex-girlfriend, had ended her relationship with Paddy about 7 months ago and had previously sought help from his family due to his ongoing threats. Despite blocking Paddy on social media, he continued to harass her with threatening emails and calls. Police investigations are ongoing as they continue their search for Paddy. Moving on, tensions are high in Cummins Lodge following a daring daylight robbery at Titan supermarket that left a security guard wounded. The violent attack has sparked fresh concerns over safety in the area. Malcolm Carter has been following this developing story.
Residents of Cummins Lodge are on edge following a brazen daylight robbery at Titan supermarket on Monday, which left a security guard nursing a gunshot wound. The security guard, 54-year-old Robert Messiah, who works with OPS Security Group, was on duty when the bandits arrived on a motorcycle. The attack occurred around 4 p.m. when two armed men stormed the store, making off with approximately $30,000 in cash. Eyewitnesses say the men quickly disarmed him before entering the supermarket and demanding cash from the cashier. In a desperate attempt to intervene, Messiah was shot and the suspects fled the scene. Surveillance footage captured the harrowing incident and police are reviewing the material as investigations continue. Residents say the area has been plagued with crime and urges authorities to install streetlights to improve security. Titan Supermarket, which only opened a few months ago, has been a welcome addition to the neighborhood, and Messiah, known for his friendly demeanor, is well respected by the community. As law enforcement works to track down the perpetrators, authorities are appealing to the public for any information that could lead to their arrest. Reporting for Headline News Update, Malcolm Carter.
Thanks, Malcolm. Authorities are sounding an alarm over a dangerous drug disguised as candy, raising concerns about its potential impact on children and vulnerable communities. We now turn to Dale Jarvis, who has more on this developing story.
The Customs Anti-Narcotic Unit is ramping up efforts to combat the spread of strawberry quick, a synthetic methamphetamine disguised as children's candy. The agency is implementing awareness campaigns in schools and vulnerable communities while working to disrupt the drug distribution networks. CANU head James Singh stated that while there are reports of drugs being found in schools, no concrete evidence has been discovered.
There have been reports of it being in schools. We have not found any.
However, small quantities have been detected in nightclubs and social gatherings. The drug described as coffee in tablet form provides an intense energy boost, but carries serious health risks, including psychosis, seizures, and brain hemorrhaging. Investigations suggest that strawberry quick is being trafficked from Europe alongside high-grade marijuana and cocaine. Given Guyana's role as a transit point for drug smuggling, CANU is prioritizing preventative measures, urging the public to report any suspicious substances. The agency has already begun awareness initiatives, including an educational bulletin in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Additionally, CANU plans to expand outreach in high-risk communities, reinforcing its role in enforcement and public education.
This year, we're also focusing a lot more on community development and school awareness. We want to go into the communities, not because there is a problem, but those that we see that are vulnerable, sensitize the persons within that area, what to be on the lookout for, as well as schools also.
Budget 2025 allocations are expected to strengthen CANU's anti-narcotics efforts further. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jervis.
Thanks, Dale. Stick around when we return. Government plans municipal airports in Berbice and Lethem to boost regional connectivity, and Guyana to equip all ports of entry with advanced scanners by year-end.
It's Digicell's 18th anniversary and we're going big with our blowout sale. Get up to 40% off Samsung smartphones. Yes, you heard that right. 40% off Samsung smartphones. Grab the Samsung A05 for just $17,000, the A15 for only $27,000, and the A25 at a jaw-dropping $35,000. But wait, there's more. With every purchase, enjoy a 30-day free data plan to stay connected. Hurry to a Digicel store near you. Offer good while stocks last. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali has announced that all Guyana's ports of entry will be equipped with world-class scanners before the end of 2025. This initiative, developed in partnership with the United States, aims to modernize immigration services and enhance security.
We have just drafted a program with the U.S. on bringing in scanners, world-class scanners, at all our port facilities. So let us say you're coming into Guyana, and this will happen before the end of the year. It's very clear. You fill up your immigration form, your custom form digitally, no hassle. You come in. Every bag must go through the scanner. And if there is a false, so we have to amend the law. If there is a false declaration that is made electronically, because everything now is stored and everything there can be audited electronically, and there's a false declaration, then you must have a very high fine that follows that. So, and this is for everything coming in and going out. This we also want on the ports.
Speaking on the Energy Perspective podcast, President Ali highlighted the need for legislative amendments and stricter penalties for security breaches.
Safety and security and confidence in our ports and security system is key and critical for investment confidence and also for the confidence of persons in the diaspora coming back home. The systems must work. And this is very important for me. We want to build systems that work, systems that are modern, systems that add to accountability and transparency, and systems that enables us to drive the economy forward.
The president also emphasized the government's commitment to digital transformation, noting that electronic gates are currently being tested at the Chedijagan International Airport to streamline passengers' processing. In an effort to support these changes, the Ministry of Home Affairs is working on an online passport application system to improve efficiency. Authorities also prioritize education and awareness campaigns to ensure a smooth transition for travelers. In similar news, the government is considering the establishment of municipal airports in Berbice and Lethem to enhance regional connectivity and support economic growth.
We have to have the critical link. I mean, let's start from our link to Suriname. That bridge is very critical. It opens up a whole new host of opportunity for us. Right. When you look at the development that we're going to do at Palmyra, it is my estimation that somewhere in Berbice, we will need to have a municipal airport like Ogle. You'll have to have the development of a municipal airport.
That was President Dr. Mohamed Irfan Ali speaking on the Energy Perspectives podcast, where he highlighted the need for improved infrastructure to accommodate significant developments in Berbice, including the Palmyra Multi-Purpose Stadium, the new Berbice River Bridge, and the Berbice Deep Water Port. Plans for a second gas development in Region 6 further underscore the region's expanding industrial landscape.
That is going to be massive. That will have a number of off-takers, maybe a huge industrial zone. We will have massive, at-scale investments. We'll have power plants. So that will create a whole ecosystem by itself. That is why the municipal airport.
In Lethem, a municipal airport would facilitate trade and transportation, mainly as Guyana strengthens ties with Brazil through road development projects. The president also noted ongoing investments in Linden, aiming to transform the town into a mining, forestry, and bauxite industry service hub. These initiatives aim to boost economic expansion and connectivity across the country. Don't go away after the break. South African troops in the DR Congo. Parliament discusses death of 14 soldiers, and Guatemala police investigate bus crash which killed 55.
Digicel is celebrating 18 amazing years, and we're giving you the ultimate shopping spree. That's right, top up with $1,000 or more, and you could be one of 4 lucky winners, each walking away with up to $1 million in groceries. Imagine filling your carts with everything you need and more, absolutely free. Top up now and get ready to dash for carts full of groceries. Digicel, the network for everyone, everywhere.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Good girl forget things. What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Welcome to our regional and international news segment, which keeps you informed and up to date with trending news stories worldwide. In Central America, a bus crash in Guatemala killed at least 55 people after it plunged 20 meters into a ravine near Guatemala City. The bus carrying students and commuters crashed through a guardrail before overturning in a creek. Investigators are probing possible brake failure or other causes, including a gun found on board. President Bernardo Arevalo declared 3 days of mourning for one of the region's deadliest road accidents. Meanwhile in Asia, a South Korean elementary school teacher fatally stabbed an 8-year-old girl in Daejeon, shocking the nation. The teacher, in her 40s, confessed to the crime and was found injured beside the student, with police suspecting self-inflicted wounds. Authorities revealed she had a history of mental health struggles and violent behavior. South Korea's acting president has ordered an investigation and urged stronger safety measures to prevent similar tragedies. Trump signed an executive order to eliminate remote work and thousands of federal jobs. He proposed a quote buyout offer where federal workers could quit and receive 8 months' pay but would have to leave their jobs. Unions opposed this, calling it legally unsound and harmful to workers and the public. Al Jazeera's Rosalind Jordan reports.
As part of what U.S. President Donald Trump calls his ambition to make the federal government much smaller,
we're getting rid of all of the cancer. I call it cancer, the cancer caused by the Biden administration.
Trump had the Office of Personnel Management offer a buyout deal to more than 2.2 million federal workers. Under fork in the road, employees can stay home and get paid for 8 months, but they must quit their jobs at the end. Workers' unions have sued, and the buyout plan is on hold until a federal court hearing on Monday.
We don't think it's on any kind of sound legal footing in particular.
This was a tactic to scare federal employees and to try to force them to make decisions that are not only bad for them, but bad for the American people.
Administration officials say at least 65,000 civil servants have already agreed to quit. But public policy experts say that's not enough to save the government more than $100 billion a year in salaries and benefits. They also say a 1994 law caps buyouts at $25,000, less than half of what would be owed to the average worker taking the Trump deal. Politicians, especially those representing thousands of federal workers, say the president has a reputation for not following through on his word.
Don't be fooled. He's tricked hundreds of people with that offer. If you accept that offer and resign, he'll stiff you just like he stiffed the contractors.
With the buyout offer now tied up in court challenges, federal workers, whether they want to take it or not, say they're in limbo. And ultimately, so are the hundreds of millions of Americans who count on them to provide everything from social service payments,
our classroom community,
to educational support, to infrastructure and scientific expertise. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Finally, South African politicians have met in a special session to discuss the deaths of 14 soldiers in a peacekeeping mission in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. They were killed during fighting between the Rwandan-backed M23 rebels and Congolese forces. Al Jazeera's Haru Mutasa reports.
After South African soldiers were killed during recent fighting in the Democratic Republic of Congo, members of parliament want to know why South Africa is involved in the conflict.
The distortion of facts is simply this, that we are going on a peacekeeping mission. No, we are not. We are going on a combat mission with no equipment, with no supplies, and our young people are being killed there.
In January, Rwandan-backed M23 rebels seized Goma, the country's largest city in the east. Rwandan President Paul Kagame denies backing M23. Last week, Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera ordered his military to withdraw from Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Some South African MPs want their country to do the same.
I have heard honorable members saying we must withdraw. And some of them have said we must do it now. I want to say that an abrupt withdrawal, as called upon by some in the House, is not even a tactical retreat. It is even worse than a surrender.
The worst escalation of fighting in more than a decade has killed thousands of people and displaced hundreds of thousands more since early January. The conflict in the DRC will be discussed at the African Union Summit in Ethiopia this week. African leaders are expected to again call for an end to the fighting. Haru Mutasa, Al Jazeera.
That wraps up our regional and international news segment for tonight. Thank you for joining us as we bring you the latest updates from around the globe. I'm Malcolm Carter. Good night. See you next time. Back to you, Bibi.
Thanks, Malcolm. Up next is the 3D weather forecast. And that's it to be 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.